Hi, futurist Jim Carroll. I spend my time with organizations worldwide, putting into perspective the fast-paced trends which are changing our future. And I'm going to be the opening keynote speaker at the
P2PExpo Path to Purchase Expo.
Think about the dramatic changes that are occurring in the world of retail as attention spans absolutely collapse. It is said that today we are checking our email messages 30 times an hour. We pick up our phones some 1,500 times during the day. And it is said that when we're in a store, we are scanning some 12 feet of shelf space per second. We have absolutely no attention span left. In fact, research has shown that the average attention span has gone from 15 seconds in the year 2010 to less than 8.7 seconds today. Here's the kicker. A goldfish today has an attention span of 9.5 seconds. It is said that today we have a shorter attention span than a typical goldfish. And this has profound implications in terms of what you are trying to do in the store to gain the attention of the consumer while they are browsing through the aisles or the racks. I'm going to be focused on these trends and so much more.
November 11th, 2020.
Put into perspective the reality of what happens when attention spans absolutely collapse and what you need to be thinking about in terms of innovation opportunities to try to grab our attention while we're in the store.
Futurist Jim Carroll. I used to spend my life out on some big, glorious stages and with a lot of leadership events worldwide, putting in perspective the trends that would change our future. And I was scheduled to be the opening keynote speaker at the Path to Purchase Expo twice in 2020, but it has now obviously been rescheduled a virtual event on November 11th, and you really want to be there because we are all in a world in which every organization, every industry is working incredibly hard to figure out how do you reinvent yourself for this new fascinating virtual world. And certainly that is the big issue unfolding in the world of retail today, because we have witnessed absolutely dramatic change in everything having to do with retail. Here's the thing, before the big global pandemic hit, I was focused on the research on how can we interact with the new consumer of today and how do we reach out to them in the store in terms of new influence opportunities, and then everything changed. Like retailers, I've had to reinvent myself in my virtual broadcast studio to align to the reality in which nothing makes sense, nothing makes sense anymore, and everything has changed to an absolutely dramatic degree. You think about what has happened in the world of retail, the sudden arrival of everything having to do with pick and pack, curbside pickup, e-commerce everywhere. You've had to meet an accelerated bar of expectations in terms of your online and virtual interactions with the customers of today. And the reality is you've had to go up the ladder in terms of expectations and capabilities because this new online world is completely unforgiving. Like you, I've had to reinvent to develop my insight to deliver that to you in a virtual fashion. And that's what I'm going to do on November 11th when I'm the virtual opening keynote speaker for the Path to Purchase Expo. It's going to be happening right here in my virtual broadcast studio because all I've got is this green screen canvas of creativity. But before the event unfolded and unraveled with the global pandemic, back in March, I had done a tremendous amount of research and had prepared a tremendous amount of insight into how we could influence the new consumer going forward in the reality of our store format. New forms of interacting, new forms of product uplift, new forms of promoting products, new forms of interaction, all based upon mobile technology. All of that has changed. As e-commerce, curbside pickup, and everything comes to drive the future of retail, you've got to innovate, change, and adapt to align to the reality of what is occurring out there. And that's what I'm going to be covering in my virtual keynote for the Path to Purchase Expo on November 11th. You want to be a part of it. You want to sign up. How you do that is you go to this website, you have a look at the content, you register. You need to do it right now because the world of retail, as you know, is changing faster than you think. I will see you online virtually on November 11th at the Path to Purchase Expo. I want to see you there.